Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
नो ये आ गया।
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha
ये क्या करना पड़ता है, क्या होता है?
Jaya Lalita Vishakha Jaya, Lalita Vishakha, Lalita Vishakha Jaya, Lalita Vishakha Jaya, Lalita Vishakha Jaya, Lalita Vishakha Jaya, Radha Shama Sundara,
वो जो पोलियो रखा था वो कहाँ है अभी? मैंने कहीं रखा है।
Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram,
नहीं है, दोबारा पोलियो निकाला यहाँ
Hari Bol,
ये भी रखना है, वो भी रखना है। कभी इसको ये नहीं आएगा। ये स्लाइड नहीं है। मैं इसको रखना चाहता हूँ पढ़ने के लिए बीच में। वही कहाँ चला गया ये समस्या, कहाँ गुम हो गया। वो लाना चाहिए वापस
माउस।
हाउस इसका यही है, उस वक्त भी गुम हो गया था, फिर आ गया। कर्सर कहाँ गया? गुम हो जाता है इसमें, ये निकालेंगे तो आ जाएगा। कहाँ कहाँ जाता है?
आप क्या कोई और
तो
मतलब
ये आ गया ना, ये पड़ा है जरा भी,
तो इसको
ये बात जो है, हाँ ये इसका पड़ा है, इसको
ना फुल स्क्रीन कर लो तो आप
ये चला गया, इसको बंद कर देते हैं।
उसको फुल स्क्रीन कर लो ना ताकि आप स्लाइड।
ठीक, हरे कृष्णा। गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. You are all welcome for continuity of our Bhakti Shastri study of Nectar of Instruction by Srila Rupa Goswami Upadesha Amrit. Yesterday we finished preface, and in the preface there is one question. What do you mean by attitude? What you mean by attitude? So what you understood about attitude? Attitude of a devotee practicing Krishna consciousness governs his advance in his spiritual life. Anybody's advance in his spiritual life depends upon his attitude. So what is the attitude? What we discussed yesterday about attitude, anybody has understood it properly?
How a person controls his mind and senses.
For any spiritual practice, the most important is to control mind and senses. Why we should control mind and senses? To follow the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, who are the direct disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared to give the topmost love of God in the mood of Radharani. Is it okay? So there are 2 types of attitude I told yesterday. What are the 2 types of attitude? Enjoying attitude and service attitude. So by controlling mind and senses, we become humble and we manifest service attitude, which is our constitutional position. Jivera Sarupa Krishnera Nityadas. Enjoying attitude leads to the uncontrolled mind and senses, and there is no possibility of advancing in a spiritual life. What is the meaning of Rupa Anoga? Followers of the Rupa Goswami. Why? There is one line in preface. Rupa Goswami is the foremost among the Gaudiya Vaishnava, follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the not exactly the word there is. He is the foremost among all the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we have discussed he is Rupa Manjari assisting Lalita Sakhi, who is the direct connected with Radharani to serve Krishna. And Rupa Noga, followers of Rupa Goswami, means followers of his teachings. And then we have this in preface, This movement is conducted under the supervision of Srila Rupa Goswami, and then immediately Srila Prabhupada writes Rupa Raghunath Pade Ayakuti. And then based on the word Pade, which means Lord's feet, there's a one verse quoted from Chaitanya Chaitamrita, 4 items for advancing in a spiritual life. And what are these 4 items? Bhakta Pada Dhuli, Bhakta Padjala, Bhakta Bhukta Ashesh, and the last one, literature of the Goswamis. So following in footstep means following to understand the literature given by Goswamis. And then what is the purpose of this Chaitanya? What is the purpose of Hare Krishna? The purpose of Srila Rupa Goswami's Updesha Amrit. Hare Krishna Balaji. What is the purpose of Rupa Goswami's Updesha Amrit? We have 4 from the preface that you have to remember. This is number 1. To understand the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to follow in his footstep, one must very seriously follow the footstep of 6 Goswamis. And that means to study the scripture given by 6 Goswamis. How to strictly follow the footstep of 6 Goswamis? And studying their scripture, number 1, the one given by them. Number 2, becoming Goswami, controlling the mind and senses. Because these are the great ministers, they left everything and was living there as Goswamis. Second purpose of Sri Ishra Upanishadist, Srila Rupa Goswami was the leader of all the Goswamis. This is what I was looking for, Rupanuga. And to guide our activities, he gave us Updesha Amrit, the nectar of instruction to follow. And what is the meaning of Upadesh? What is Upadesh? Instruction. What is that? Yesterday we used some word. Vachak Anubhav. One of the Vachak Anubhav. In ecstasy and love of Krishna, something is revealed by realized souls. That is called Upadesh. Okay? Now the third purpose is one must promote himself to the platform of goodness, Satogun, by following the instruction of Rupa Goswami, and then everything concerning how to make further progress will be revealed. And the last purpose, to achieve the highest success in life by becoming Goswami and then pure devotee of the Lord, one must follow the instruction known as Updesha Amrit, which have been given by Srila Rupa Goswami. Okay, this everybody must know. This is just from the preface as it is. No addition, no subtraction. Now we are starting today verse number 1. This is the verse. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam etana vegana yo vishayeta dhira sarvan apiman prathavim sasishya. Now we do in a repetition. First I say, then you say at least couple times. That should be clear. Vacho vegam manas krodha vegam जीवा वेगम उपस्थ उदर वेगम उदर उपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगान यो विषहेत धीरः सर्वान् अपीमान् पृथ्वीं सशिष्या वाचो वेगम मनस्स क्रोध वेगम जिह्वा वेगम उदर उपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगान यो विषहेत धीरः सर्वान् अपीमान् पृथ्वीं सशिष्या Two students repeat.
वाचो वेगम मनसा क्रोधो वेगम
वाचो वेगम मनस क्रोध वेगम
जिह्वा वेगम उदर
जीवा वेगम उतस उभर वेगम
एतान वेगन यो विसहेत धीरः
एतान वेगान यो विषहेत धीरः
सर्वम् अपिमां पृथ्वीं च शिष्य
सर्वम् अपीमां पृथ्वीं च शिष्या वाचो वेगम मनस क्रोध वेगम जीवा वेगम उदर उपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगान यो विषहेत धीरा सर्वान् अपीमान् पृथ्वीं सशिष्या वाचो वेगम मनस क्रोध वेगम जीवा वेगम उतस उपस्थ वेगम एतान वेगान यो विषहेत धीरः सर्वान् अपीमान् पृथ्वीं च शिष्या. Somebody more, please try. वाचो वेगम मनस क्रोध वेगम जीवा वेगम उतस उपस्थ वेगम एता वेगान यो विषहेत धीरः स्वावान अपीमान् पृथ्वीं च शिष्या. You want to memorize this verse, which you have to. You write this verse on small piece of paper or card, keep it in your pocket. At least whenever you have time during the day, just you repeat it. So by the evening, you will have very clear understanding what the verse says. And then this you keep this, and after 2 days again to read it. Then again after 1 day you again read it. Then it will be completely memorized forever. Okay? Now in this verse, one word which is very common is Vega. So first we will understand Vega. Then in this verse, there are 6 Vegas. So what are the 6 Vegas we will understand. Then there is a word Dhira, which you have discussed in Isha Upanishad. There is a word Dhira, and also you have done in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita word Dhira. So when you receive word Dhira, you must recollect in your memory what is the meaning of Dhira in Isha Upanishad. What is the meaning? Huh? Not disturb in any circumstances.
Undisturbed by illusion and moha.
क्या बोला उसने?
Undisturbed by material.
Undisturbed by material. And what is the meaning of Dhira in Bhagavad Gita? देहिन्वस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा ध्यान प्रति धीरस्तत्र न मोह्यते. So by the changing of body, the sober person is not. Arjun is also called Dhira. You know about Gita, Sarvopanishado Gavo. You remember recite this verse? Anybody knows? Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana Partso Vatsas Sudhira Bhaksudhira. Not only Dhira, Sudhira, most sober. This means those who want to understand Gita, they must be most sober. And Arjuna, he went to the heavenly planet and the celestial girl proposed him something, that I want a child like you, but Arjuna was so sober. He said, yes, you accept me, mother, as a child. I am your son. That is the definition of Sudhira. And then Arjuna was cursed to become neutral, gentle for 1 year as a Brahmanala, and he was teaching to the daughter of King Virat, Uttara. So when Maharaj Virat knew that they are Pandavas and Arjuna has actually helped to save the cows and life of his son, he wanted to give his daughter Uttara to Arjuna. Arjuna said, my disciple, how can I accept? Disciple is like a daughter. I cannot accept as a wife. This is Dhira. This is Dhira. But Arjuna said, don't worry, I have my son Abhimanyu, and I will accept you, my disciple and my daughter, to marry Abhimanyu. So this is Sudhira, the one who has a control of mind and senses. Is not agitated under any circumstances. Such person is eligible for understanding Bhagavad Gita, and also such person can control the 6 urges, and such person can become the spiritual master. Now we are understanding Vega first, okay? This is the summary which we have yesterday. So concept of the Vega, which means urge. Urge, okay? Spiritual terms, words spoken by mouth, Vega, urge or desire. Vega means urge or desire. Word having concept in mind, Vega concept, urgent desire with which come as a wave or force. Urgent desires which come as wave or force. So spoken words by mouth, they are also Vega, because Vacho Vegam is spoken words. And then Manasa Vegam is mind. So what actually it means? A desire, which is a sort of compulsion. It comes as a wave or a force. It's an unstoppable desire. But there are some desires which are natural. See? The term energy is the same word is spoken by mouth, but carries different concept based on the context. If I say energy, it can be, I am energetic to speak. This is one. But I need something, energy has a different meaning. So vague has also different meanings. So what are the different meanings here? Similarly, vague is the urge. But what kind of urge? There are urgent desires which the mind immediately wants to fulfill through senses. E.g. hot samosa being fried in the kitchen. This is also an urge, right? Particularly if you go to Banke Bihari, before you enter there are some, especially these potato chops. When you walk from there, they put some ghee and you smell it and you forget of going to the temple. First you eat that. That's called urge. This is this type of urge. Now this is another urge. Normal urges like hunger at regular time of the day, thirst, etc. are fulfilled. These urges always comes to us and we fulfill those urges. So there is no problem with there are some normal urges that has to be fulfilled. Right? Then Ayurvedic also there is something. Ayurvedic mentioned certain vegas, urges, have to be immediately acted upon, like urine, defecation, burp. These are the urges which one has to immediately attend to. So these are different meaning of urges. Yeah? But here we have different urges. Verse 1 has 6 urges. First is Vachovekam. Second is Manasavegam. Third is Krodhavegam. Fourth is Jivavegam. You know, the first and fourth are both pertaining to the tongue, right? Jiva is also tongue and Vacho is also tongue, but there is a difference. One is speaking, one is tasting, because Jiva has 2 functions. Then Udaravegam. Udaravegam means need of the belly, which means to eat, to fill it. And Upasvegam means genitals. Now all these vegas actually, the one urge of the mind is analyzed and classified into 6 urges. Actually everything is mind. So we will see difference, the mind and body. Some urges are of mind, some urges are of the body. So originally all the urges are arising in mind. So now you understand urge has a different meaning. Some urges need to be attended immediately. Some are natural urges, say like hunger, thirst. But these are abnormal urges which needs to be controlled. These urges are not favorable for spiritual growth. So they should be Vacho Vegam, Manas Krodha Vegam, Udar Upastha Vegam, Edan Vegan, Vashaheta. Vashaheta means to control. Vas means control. Vashaheta means to control. Why to control? Because they are dangerous for the spiritual progress. They are stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual progress. Now, Bhagavati Vinod Thakur has sung one bhajan, if you know, Che Vega Dami. You know, Che Vega Dami. This is the first verse. So all 3-4 verses he has sung in a bhajan. So tomorrow you find out this paragraph of the bhajan, and then when we finish all the verses, then you see in a bhajan, Bhakti Vinod Thakur in one bhajan has given all these things. Che Vega Dami. Che means 6, Veg means urges, Dami means control. Che Dosha Sodhi. The next was Che Dosha. And then 6 more thing is Sada Guna. Then 6 good qualities. So these are all 3 verses. So now everybody understand Vega, Dhira. What are the 6 Vegas? Vashaheta, Dhira. Is okay? He can make disciple all over the world. It means Guru principle. Sometime one question comes in your exam. There's one person, 105-year-old, living in Vrindavan for a long time. I want to make him a spiritual master. Is it right? This is the question. So you have to say, if he has controlled the 6 urges, then he is eligible, otherwise he is not. To be here, to be 105 years is not a qualification. Qualification is to control 6 senses. So this is some question like that in your question back, or its question comes like that. He is a Brahman, he is a Goswami, he is the head of the temple. Shall I make him a spiritual master? Has he control over the 6 urges? If yes, yes. If no, no. Is it okay? So first verse is Guru principle. The person may be from any part of the world, any caste, creed, but if he controls these 6 Vegas, he is bona fide to take disciple all over the world. Now we are going to purport. Yes.
What is the difference between Udara, Veda and thirst and hunger?
They are natural Vegas also. If you are hungry or thirsty, then you immediately want to drink, and that's a natural. That has to be fulfilled. They also are Vegas. You know, sometime on Nirjala Ekadashi next morning, we just immediately want to drink. This is a Vega. Or you are hungry, you know, fasting next day, you want to eat. So that is a Vega. That is a normal Vega. They are also Vegas, but they are normal. Like the natural, you know, Vega for going to pass urine, it should never be stopped. This is Ayurveda. These are also urges. So Vega means urge. Compulsive desire. Very difficult to resist. Now in the purport, this is the breakdown of the purport. In the purport, 2 first paragraph, number 1 and 2. It is better you write on the corner or that for your future, the subject matter of the first 2 paragraph is atonement. What is atonement? What is atonement? Counteracting sinful activities by some pious activity. And the Sanskrit word for that is praschit. Praschit. And Srila Prabhupada has taken this section from 6th canto of Bhagavatam, 1st chapter, and 2 verses are quoted. So first 2 paragraphs are from 1st canto of Srimad Bhagavatam or 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1. Atonement, okay? Atonement. Why Prabhupada used this atonement in the beginning of this? It means you cannot counteract these sinful activities by pious activities. This is the purpose. It is not possible to counteract the sinful activities by pious activities. No. Now, paragraph number 3 to 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Srila Prabhupada described 6 urges and how to pacify them by bhakti, by devotional service. How to pacify 6 urges by devotional service. Up till paragraph number 8. Then paragraph number 9 to 19. Anuvritti explanation means, Anuvritti is a commentary by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Anuvritti. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. And the last paragraph 20 is conclusion. So this is the breakdown of a whole purport. What is the subject matter in each paragraph? It's okay? Is it clear? Now there is ultimately how can we control these 6 urges? This is a concept. Conception of bhakti and control of mind and senses. This is the verse which is in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita quoted from Hari Bhakti Vilas. I think so. Now I'm reading Anukulyasya sankalpaha Pratikulyasya varjanam Rakshasyati iti vishvaso Goptritve varanam tatha Atma nikshepa karapanye Shada vidha sharana gati. Sharanagati means surrender. And these are the 6 characteristics of a surrender. Number 1 is Anukulya Sankalpa, which means accepting the favorable things. Pratikula Vartanam means rejecting unfavorable things for devotion. Accepting favorable things for devotion, rejecting unfavorable. Confidence that Krishna will grant his protection. Rakshasti Vishwaso. Rakshati iti Vishwaso. Rakshati means protection. Vishwaso means having faith that Krishna will protect. And 4th is guardianship, Goptritve. Goptritve means guardianship. Krishna is our guardian. Fully offering oneself. Atma Nikshepa. Atma means oneself. Nikshep means offering. And the last is humility. Karpanya. Can you find the word Karpanya in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Karpanya dosha upahatsya bhava yad shreyasa nishitam brvitan me shishyastyam sadhimam tam. Very good. So, Shishya, the word is Shishya, Arjuna wants to be disciple, and he is Karpanya because he is surrendering. So here Karpana means actually surrender. One of the characteristics of surrender. In 1st chapter of Bhagavad Gita, has Krishna spoken something?
No.
Hare Krishna. 1st chapter of Bhagavad Gita has 2 parts. The first part is up till verse number 34 or something like that. That is called Sanya Darshan, observing the armies. And after that, from after verse 25, it's called Arjuna Vishad Yoga. What is called? So read the verse number 25. Krishna is speaking. Half verse is spoken by Krishna. Bhisham Drona Parmukta Sarvesham Cha Maikshata Uvacha, the word is Uvacha. Who has said this? Krishna. Uvacha Partha Pashyetam Kuruniti. Krishna pointing out his finger to the Bhisham Drona, he said, they are all your own parents. This is the half verse spoken by Krishna. And that half verse has changed everything. Before that, Arjuna was ready to fight. And then immediately he says, I cannot fight. It means Krishna wanted to give Bhagavad Gita. Krishna put Arjuna in bewilderment, in Vishad. Krishna put Arjuna in bewilderment because he wanted to give Bhagavad Gita. So this half verse, 15th, 25, half verse. After that is Arjuna Vishad Yoga. And there are 5 reasons in that section for Arjuna to not fight. 5. And 6th reason is in the 2nd chapter. Huh? 4 in the first and 2 in the second. Huh? So there are 5 total, okay. 4 and 1, right? 4. Okay. And what is the one in second chapter? Indecisiveness. Now, if you are really intelligent student, you have to, during your study of second chapter and onwards, you have to exactly find how Krishna counter the each objection of Arjun for not fighting. Krishna has gave argument that you are wrong. It's that you have to find in Bhagavad Gita. From second chapter, there are many reasons that this Arjun's argument not to fight, and Krishna says, no, you are wrong. This is the right argument. So these you write 5, and then you note when it comes right what is actually how to counter argue. Krishna's counter argument. Okay? One of the argument of Arjuna is compassion. And Krishna gave one example, and Prabhupada gave one example of the compassion. Drowning man. You want to save the coat or the man? So compassion of the body. Arjuna is speaking about compassion of the body, and Krishna is arguing that you have to really protect the soul, not the body. So, okay. So this is the concept of bhakti and control of mind and thought by surrender. And this surrender starts by initiation. And this is the Chai Vega Sahi. It means one should tolerate the 6 urges. Yukta Vairagya Ashraya, taking the shelter of Yukta Vairagya. Nama Apradhasa Sunya Haibe Nirabhaya. Then one will be free from the offenses to the holy name. Those who means any devotee, Sahi means tolerate. Those who tolerate these 6 urges in the shelter of proper renunciation, Yukta Vairagya. So there are 2 types of Vairagya. This you will learn in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The first Vairagya is called Yukta Vairagya, and second is called Phalgu Vairagya. Phalgu means false Vairagya. And both have a definition. So meaning of this verse is those who tolerate the 6 urges in the shelter of proper renunciation will without fear become free from offenses to the name. Now in our devotional service, the offenses to the holy name is most obstructing our advancement in spiritual life. Nam Prabhu is not revealing his merciful taste for the chanter because he has still offenses towards holy name. So best way is, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying the best way is those who tolerate the 6 urges. Chai Vega Sahi. It doesn't say destroying Vega, just tolerate. There are some positive Vega that has to be attended, as we discussed. Yukta Vairagya Ashraya, taking shelter of Yukta Vairagya. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe. Yukta Vairagya is Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe. Nirbandha means we have no attachment to anything. But Krishna Sambandhe, anything which is connected with Krishna, we accept that. Yukta vairagyam uchyate. So you find out this verse, what is Yukta Vairagya, okay? This is your small homework. What is the meaning of Yukta Vairagya? For your own growth in spiritual life. Because we have to have renunciation, but not false, not Phalgu Vairagya. You know, Phalgu means false. Now this is actually subject of nectar of devotion. But here also we are giving you the hint about that. All these sufferings which human beings are experiencing, the reason for that is on the top. Can you see what is on the top? Which means ignorance. Ignorance. Which leads to uncontrolled senses. And that leads to sin. And that result in hellish suffering. This you will again repeat in nectar of devotion under the topic that is called Klesha Gni. Klesh means suffering, Gni means destroying. So there this is called Dukkha Parampara. The parampara of suffering. Starting by ignorance, avidya. And then uncontrolled senses, then sins, and then hell is suffering. This is the uncontrolled senses is most important because this is vega. Now, four type of, this is in our purport now. In our purport, Srila Prabhupada has discussed four type of intelligent people. Number one, those who learn by hearing. They are the number one. They hear to do sin, to do crime, I will be put in jail and I will suffer. So they will not do. The other is those who learn by seeing. They see other people beaten by the police because of their crime, so they will not do it. They are okay. First is hearing by, learn by hearing, number one. Number two, intelligent is see. Third is those who learn by experience. They do sin, go to the jail, get punishment, then never go again. They are okay. They are third class, but okay. Fourth class is worst. Those who don't learn even after experience, again do the same thing. So this is in our purport. Why this is in our purport? Because people do sinful activities again and again. This is in first two paragraph, what we are discussing in first two paragraph. Now if there is a microphone, then you read this, read all this and find out in your book. Somebody's microphone? What is your question?
My question is that if the people who even don't learn from the experience, how they can be the one type of intelligent people?
It is called worst intelligence. Good intelligence, the first is the best intelligent, then better intelligent, then good intelligent, and no intelligence. This group is like that. Now somebody should start. Yes, you start reading.
Hare Krishna. Experience is gathered by hearing and seeing. One who is intelligent gathers experience by seeing, and one who is more intelligent gathers experience by hearing.
No, you are reading this portion. No, start from beginning. Start from the beginning, yes.
In Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj placed a number of intelligent questions before Shukadev Goswami. One of these questions was, why do people undergo atonement if they cannot control their senses? For instance, a thief may know perfectly well that he may be arrested for his stealing, and he may actually even see a thief arrested by the police, yet he continues to steal. Experience is gathered by hearing and seeing. One who is less intelligent gathers experience by seeing, and one who is more intelligent gathers experience by hearing.
Yes, this is what we are discussing, okay?
When an intelligent person hears from the law books and shastras or scriptures,
So hearing from shastra and scripture and people, spiritual master, okay?
that stealing is not good and hears that a thief is punished when arrested, he refrains from theft. A less intelligent person may first have to be arrested and punished for stealing to learn to stop stealing. However, a rascal, a foolish man, may have the experience of both hearing and seeing, and may even be punished, but still he continues to steal. Even if such a person atones and is punished by the government, he will again commit theft as soon as he comes out of jail. If punishment in jail is considered atonement, what is the benefit of such atonement? Thus Parikshit Maharaj inquired.
Okay, so this purport, all these things are there. How they apply to us as a devotee. We know that only prasad has to be eaten, but still, we say it's a vegetarian restaurant, we can eat there. Yeah. So we are not intelligent. We break the shastric rules oftentimes, right? Many other things also, small things. We heard this, we have seen this, but because we are not progressing in the spiritual life, doing it repeatedly. So now we are going to the next topic.
Is it due to uncontrolled mind?
Huh?
Is it due to uncontrolled mind?
What?
That we are repeating these mistakes even though we know we are not supposed to do these things, but we still end up doing.
What are you saying?
He's asking that question, that is it the things that we eat outside and something like that, it is because our uncontrolled mind and senses.
Not just that, like the things which we are not supposed to do, but we end up doing. That's eating outside is just one example. Is it due to uncontrolled mind and senses?
There are others. I think most of the time I used to say, in 1966, Srila Prabhupada has handwritten some instruction in 26th Avenue. All the initiated devotees should follow this. Until after 70 years, 90% people are not following those. Can you find out those 6? There are 6 or 7 things Prabhupada written with the hand that is available. Find out. Is it every initiated disciple must follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is in Prabhupada's handwriting. Find that out. And how much we are actually sticking to that. Because still our mind and the senses are not under control. I mean, we are traveling. I know 1, 2 devotees, they don't eat anywhere. Only if they get devotee prasad, otherwise they take fruit or offer and do like that. For preaching, you can do that. To some extent, there is higher cause of preaching. So lower rule you can break for higher rule. But not just for personal, desire, no. Now we are coming to the real atonement. This is the next portion. Real attainment involves coming to real knowledge. But in our book, there is a real attainment. You find that out and underline that. Real attainment is to awaken our Krishna consciousness. Can you find this line in your book? Find out. You found it? Real attainment is to awaken our. You found it? That is real attainment. Okay? We read, but we miss many things. I have some 6 fill in the blanks. Tomorrow I will give you from this purport. Whether you really thoughtfully read it or not. Okay? So real attainment is to awaken our Dharma Krishna consciousness. This is most important line. And here Prabhupada is writing, real attainment involves coming to the real knowledge. And for that, there is a yoga process. There in our book, there is a yoga process. It is written, there is a yoga process. Can you find that out? By practicing austerities and celibacy, brahmacharya. Number 2, by controlling the mind. Number 3, by controlling the senses. Number 4, giving up one's possession in charity. Number 5, by being outwardly truthful. Number 6, keeping clean. Number 7, and by practicing yoga asanas. This is how to control, how to do attainment. This is also from 6th chapter, 6th canto of Bhagavatam. But this is not possible because everybody cannot do this. Knowledge everybody cannot have. Therefore, however, Prabhupada writes now, however, means you are not able to do all this. If one is fortunate enough to get association of pure devotee, association of pure word is important. Association of devotee can be, pure devotee is more important. Pure devotee, pure word is more important. He can easily surpass all the practices for controlling the mind by mystic yoga process simply by following the regulating principle of Krishna consciousness, refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication and gambling, and by engaging in the service of the Supreme Lord under the direction of bona fide spiritual master. This easy process is being recommended by Srila Rupa Goswami. So what Srila Prabhupada has written is from 6th canto of Bhagavatam, how to control, how to get attainment by real knowledge. But that was not accepted by Parikshit Maharaj. He said, no, everybody cannot go to the Guru and get knowledge. So he was not satisfied by that. So therefore, if someone is fortunate and come in contact with pure devotee and then stop doing 4 things and getting direction of a spiritual master and following, then this is what Rupa Goswami suggests. Okay, this is in our purport. Yes?
Does this association with pure devotee means Bapu association?
This generally association must be with a person. First it must be person, then it's also possible to have his instruction. Like we have association of Krishna from Bhagavad Gita, but he will not hold our ear and say you are wrong. We need some living person to put us on right path. Because people say only just follow the books. you become perfect. That's not correct. There was a husband and wife, and there was a little quarrel between two. They were not talking for a few days. Husband has to catch a flight. It was early morning, 6 o'clock. So on dining table he wrote a note. You should wake me up tomorrow by 4 o'clock. I have to catch 6 o'clock flight. Nothing like some, patchwork, no. Wife is giving order is still okay. So early in the morning, wife got up at 3:30. She took a big drawing paper and marking pen and wrote, please wake up. It is 4 o'clock. You have to catch flight 6 o'clock. And stuck in front of the bed of husband. And she was sleeping. The husband was only wake up after sun rises. This was his habit. So he got up by 7:30 or so, and he was saying, shouting, why you did not wake me up? He said, when you said me. He said, I wrote the note. He said, I wrote the note. I also wrote the note. So these people will say only by books you become perfect. It's note. You will not wake up. For waking up, you need a living person to guide. And even living person on online is not working. This is my experience for last 4 years. On Zoom we have so many people, but even I have to give class on Zoom. It's not necessary that I dress up properly. I just sleep, I get up and sit down. I just put tilak and do. It's not if I have to come here, then I should be in a proper, like. They are doing their work, they are lying down and listening, they are driving and listening. It's natural. Other day I was giving class Bhakti Vedanta, and one person I saw in a car, I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm driving from Mysore to Bangalore and listening car. And how can you listen the car and drive him yourself? He was driving himself and listening. They are doing it. So you cannot really personally, control and guide somebody until and unless you have a direct contact and faith. The two things are there. You must have a faith in the person, and the person must be well-wisher of you, not to exploit you. The person should be well-wisher, and you must have a faith in that person. Then you can only grow. Okay, this atonement. Now we have this yes.
Hare Krishna. In the Sri Upanishad, we were reading the 18 different items of knowledge.
18?
Items of knowledge.
That is Bhagavad Gita, 13 chapter. Okay. And the first word of that is? Amanitam adhbhutam. Yeah.
How does that compare to these 6 items that are given?
Well, these are the item of knowledge. And in that Srila Prabhupada has written, most important first is Acharya Upasana. And the second most important is Avivicharena Bhakti Yogena. Out of the 18, the 2 are most important. One is Avivicharena Bhakti Yogena, and second is Acharya Upasana. So here what we have, the 2 things, working under a spiritual master and following the rules and regulation of devotional service. So all other will automatically follow. Acharya Upasanam and Avicharana Bhakti Yogena. Amanitam adhbhutam ahinsa shantir arjam acharya upasanam. This is a whole list of the 18 items. The last 2 are for the Gyanis. So, atonement example in our book, Karmakand, thief. You know, karma kand is that doing something, again doing some wrong thing, again, you know, doing some puja. And the bathing of an elephant, this is also in our kunjar snan. Taking bath and then putting dirt on oneself. It means you clean yourself. Kitab mein mang raha, nahi hai. If you clean yourself and then again put dirt. And third is confessing of sin in the church. So these are three things in our book. Gyaan kand. Gyaan kand is cleanness, sauchan. In our list, now we are classifying these in three portions. Cleanness, saucham. And this is not in our book. This is from the 6th canto of Bhagavatam, 1st chapter. Dried bamboo leaves, venu gulam. What it means actually? You burn the bamboo forest. Everything is burned. So you can't see sin outside. But the root of bamboo is there. Next year when there's a rain, the more thick bamboo come out. And those bamboo planters, they do like that. They burn the thin bamboo, next year thick bamboo will come. So, Jnanis can stop sins, but the root is there. This is Ajamil's problem. Ajamil was Brahman doing puja, but his root was there. As soon as there was in some allurement, he is carried away. And then liquor bottle. What is this liquor bottle? Liquor bottle. Keep in parking. There's a gyaan kand. And bhakti, atonement in bhakti is sun and fog. Niharam iva bhaskar. This is a verse in 6th canto. Nihar means fog. Bhaskar means sun. Well, there is a completely darkness because of fog. As soon as sun rises, you don't find any trace of fog. So in bhakti, root is also destroyed. So by atonement by bhakti is complete. Atonement by gyaan is incomplete. Atonement by karma kand is repetition. It never it's never possible. Liquor bottle, I have to check what it means. Is it okay? This is the classification of the different items which are in our book. What is karma kand, what is gyaan kand, and what is bhakti. And this is taken from 6th chapter of 6th canto of Bhagavatam and first 3 chapters. And these 2 verses are quoted here in our book. Now the 2 paragraphs are over in this slide. Now you read. Give to the microphone to somebody else and read further. Yes, what is your question?
One number request, I'm not sure who is preparing this overheads, but it's impossible to see with the black on the blue. So it's very difficult to see it.
Oh, this is a problem. You have to keep it far away, then you can see the bigger one.
No, it's not that. It's just that the blue with the black doesn't go with the white with the
He's
blue.
talking about the color because the contrast is so high, black and blue.
Oh, blue color is dark, okay. Krishna's blue color, what can I do? And nobody can see Krishna, it's very difficult. He is covering himself, what can we do?
White there.
Naham prakashati sarvasya yoga maya samavrta.
We are not
Good. So the color should be some light and the letter should be more shining, okay?
If you just go one previous one, you will see the blue with the white. See that one? That's perfectly fine.
What is the attitude? What is your name? Jagjivan Das. What is his attitude? Yesterday we have 4 attitudes of the sadhu. He is finding something wrong and he is helping that I should improve. So this is a sadhutar. Not only sadhu but sadhutar. Okay? Attitude is good to help. Right? Okay? So these 4, you have seen this slide, somebody has to put in this. Who is the good one of you who knows this a little bit about this computer business? You can do something? Try. Somebody from you is? Okay. What is your name? Sumran, okay. Third among the 9 devotional process, third process, Sumran. Sumranam. And in yoga, it is the 7th process, Dhyanam. So it's better your name is not Dhyanam. You are 3rd instead of 7. Good. So somebody should read further. Let us finish these 2 paragraphs. Give the microphone to next devotee. Who is reading? What is your name?
Panchali Devi Dasi.
Huh?
Panchali Devi Dasi.
Panchali? No, Drupadi. Okay.
After the sloka.
Oh, you left here somewhere here. Jail, and after the jail, Parikshat Maharaj inquired these 2 verses. The 2 verses.
Drishta Sruta Bhayan Yat Papam Janan Nabi Atmano Hitam Karoti Bhuyo
Vivasha.
Divasa Prayaschitam Atho Katham Kwachin Nivartate Abhadrat Kwachit Charati Tatpuna Prayaschitam Atho Apartham Manne Kunjara Sauchavat.
Okay, read now.
He compared atonement to an elephant's bathing. The elephant may take a very nice bath in the river, but as soon as it comes onto the bank, it throws dirt all over its body. What then is the value of its bathing? Similarly, many spiritual practitioners chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and at the same time commit many forbidden things, thinking that their chanting will counteract their offenses. Of the 10 types of offenses one can commit while chanting the holy name of the Lord, this offense is called namo baladhyasya hi papa buddhi, committing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Similarly, certain Christians go to church to confess their sins, thinking that confessing their sins before a priest and performing some penance will relieve them from the results of their weekly sins.
Okay, Panchali. So now you see the slide again, Karam Kand, there is a pathing elephant in the middle. The confessing sin is 3rd, but the first thief is already there. He theft, he was in jail, again he is doing the theft. So these 3 are Karam Kand. Now Gyaan Kand part will come. See, go further.
As soon as Saturday is over and Sunday comes, they again begin their sinful activities, expecting to be forgiven the next Saturday. This kind of prayashchit or atonement is condemned by Parikshit Maharaj, the most intelligent king of his time. Sukadev Goswami, equally intelligent as befitting the spiritual master of Maharaj Parikshit, answered the king and confirmed that his statement concerning atonement was correct. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by a pious activity.
This line is very important. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by pious activity. This is the purpose Prabhupada has written all these 2 paragraphs. Okay.
Thus, real prayaschitta atonement is the awakening of our dormant Krishna consciousness.
This is most important thing to remember. Okay. Oh, this is what we have seen the earlier slide. Now go to further second paragraph.
Real atonement involves coming to real knowledge, and for this there is a standard process. When one follows a regulated, hygienic process, he does not fall sick. A human being is meant to be trained according to certain principles to revive his original knowledge. Such a methodological life is described as tapasya. One can be gradually elevated to the standard of real knowledge or Krishna consciousness by practicing austerity and celibacy, brahmacharya, by controlling the mind, by controlling the senses, by giving up one's possessions in charity, by being
Truthful.
by speaking clean, and by practicing yoga asanas.
So clean is gyaan khan, okay? Some of these things. Okay.
However, if one is fortunate enough to get the association of a pure devotee, he can easily surpass all the practices for controlling the mind by the mystic yoga process, simply by following the regulative principles of Krishna consciousness, refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication and gambling, and by engaging in the service of the Supreme Lord under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master. This easy process is being recommended by Srila Rupa Goswami.
Okay. So these two paragraphs are over about atonement, and now we are going to the control of this speech. This is the third paragraph, starting Vacho Vegam. So speech in our category, which you will find in this purport, is in three types. One is uncontrolled speech, negative aspect. And example are materialistic talks and mayavad. And two examples, croaking of a frog and snake is eaten by snake. Their talk is inviting death. This is uncontrolled talk. Okay? The middle one is a neutral aspect. That is silence, external process of mauna. Mauna means keeping quiet. This is Mayavad philosophy. Gyanis do that. For us, control speech positively. Positive aspect, what is that? Krishna Katha. Devotee, self-controlled speech. So this is what is in this paragraph now. So we have given in three classification. Now you read this. Next, please. Panchali, give to the next. What is your name? Garima, okay.
First one must control his speaking power. Every one of us has the power of speech. As soon as we get an opportunity, we begin to speak. If we do not speak about Krishna consciousness, we speak about all sorts of nonsense. A toad speaks by quoting, and similarly, everyone who has a tongue wants to speak, even if all he has to say is nonsense. The croaking of a toad, however, simply invites the snake. Please come here and eat me. Nevertheless, although it is inviting death, the toad goes on croaking. The talking of materialistic man and impersonalist man.
These two lines, underline these two. This is uncontrolled. This is uncontrolled, right? Two, materialistic and Mayavadis. And the example, their talk is like a croaking of a frog, inviting the snake to. So they are inviting death, okay? So these two. I'm making you very aware, conscious of these things, because tomorrow, fill in this multiple choice, these things are there. Okay?
The talking of materialistic enlightenment and impersonalist Mayavadi philosophers may be compared to the talking of a frog.
This is the middle one, silence. Neutral. Okay? Uncontrolled and neutral is silence. Okay, mauन.
They are always speaking nonsense and thus inviting death to catch them. Controlling speech, however, does not mean self-imposed silence, the internal process of mona. As Mayavadi philosophers think, silence may appear helpful for some time, but ultimately it proves a failure. The meaning of controlled speech conveyed by Shraddha Goswami advocate the positive process of Krishna Katha, engaging the speaking process in glorifying the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna. The tongue can thus glorify the name, form, qualities and pastimes of the Lord. The preacher of Krishna Katha is always beyond the clutches of death.
You underline this line, this is your personal application. Preacher of Krishna consciousness is free from the death. This you are being trained here to preach. So see the line Prabhupada's preacher of Krishna Katha is always beyond the clutches of death. This is the significance of controlling the urge to speak. So tongue part is over, okay? Now mind. Next paragraph mind. Give to the other. Garima, give to the other, okay? What's your name?
Bhavya Devidas. Bhavya Devidas. Bhavya.
Bhavya Devidasi, okay, Bhavya. Now is mind, okay? Yes.
The restlessness or
1 minute. What is your question? Sumran, what?
what does it mean here to be beyond the clutches of death?
1 minute. Meaning of?
Beyond
The clutches of death.
Only one person speak.
Beyond the clutch. He is asking that what is the meaning of being beyond the clutches of death.
It means he will not take birth again. No repeated birth and death. Okay.
The restlessness or fickleness of the mind, manodega, is controlled when one can fix his mind on the lotus feet of the Krishna. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 22.31 says, Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Haya Andhakara, Yahan Krishna Tahan Nahi, Maya Ra Adhikara. Krishna is just like the sun and Maya is just like darkness. If the sun is present, there is no question of darkness. Similarly, if Krishna is present in the mind, there is no possibility of the minds being agitated by Maya's influence. The yogic process of negating all material thoughts will not help. To try to create a vacuum in the mind is artificial. The vacuum will not remain. However, if one always thinks of Krishna and how to serve Krishna best, one's mind will naturally be controlled.
Okay, now see this slide. Mind. Two things. Maya. Say Maya or darkness. Krishna is sun. So on a Maya side, material thoughts, vacuum, uncontrolled mind. This is dark side, which means uncontrolled mind. Other side is a Krishna sun, controlled mind. So now, really speaking, what Prabhupada is writing here, Maya influence, the word is Maya influence, so we have put Maya here. You see, in the book there's a Maya influence. Maya influence, yogic process of negating all material thoughts, not help. To create vacuum is artificial. You see, these two things are taken from here. So if one always think of Krishna, if Krishna is present in the mind, there is no possibility of minds being agitated by Maya. So how Krishna is in the mind? How you bring the Krishna in mind? Krishna Katha.
By chanting.
Chanting. Focusing mind when chanting on the sound, okay?
Associating with pure devotee. Associating with pure devotee.
Associating with pure devotees. And what is the meaning of passage in prayer, pure devotees?
Hear from is like hear from.
To hear from pure devotees, okay? Now, in nectar of devotion, the bhakti is performed by three things: body, mind, and words. Bhakti is performed by body, mind, and words. You will learn this. And then in the nectar of devotion, you will find one sentence. I'm telling you, you should find that out there. Srila Prabhupada writes, mental culture of Krishna consciousness is always think of Krishna's pastime in Kurukshetra and Vrindavan. The Krishna's pastime in Kurukshetra is Bhagavad Gita. Krishna's pastime in Vrindavan is Bhagavatam. So mind, if absorbed in Gita and thought of Gita and Bhagavatam, then mind is in Krishna. So now I'm giving you a hint. When you study Nectar of Devotion, these two lines will come in the Prabhupada's writing. You have to remember those lines. So mind part is over. We are going next to the anger. Urges to anger. Urge of anger. So next, who will read?
Similarly, anger can be controlled. We cannot stop anger altogether. But if we simply become angry with those who blaspheme the Lord, or the devotees of the Lord, we control our anger in Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry with the miscreant brothers Jadai and Madai, who blasphemed and stabbed Nityananda Prabhu. In his staka, Lord Chaitanya wrote,
Trinadapi suniche natarorapi saishununa.
One should be humble than the grass and be more tolerant than the tree. One may then ask why the Lord exhibited his anger. The point is that one should be ready to tolerate all insults to one's own self. But when Krishna or his pure devotees is blasphemed, a genuine devotee becomes angry and acts like fire against the offenders. Further, anger cannot be stopped, but it can be applied rightly. It was in anger that Hanuman set fire to Lanka, but he is worshipped as the greatest devotee of the Lord, Ramchandra. This means that he utilized his anger in the right way. Arjuna says, as another example, he was not willing to fight, but Krishna incited his anger. You must fight. To fight without anger is not possible. Anger is controlled, however, when utilized in the service of the Lord.
Okay, here is controlling anger. Become angry with those who blaspheme the Lord and the devotees of the Lord. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these three examples are how the anger can be applied. But then oneself, if any, but the exact line Prabhupada is written here. Oh, there's a question from this anger. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu become angry when he said one should be humbler than blade of glass? This is a question in your question bank. So now you know this is the answer. The point is that one should be ready to tolerate all insult to one's own self. But when Krishna or his pure devotees blasphemed, a genuine devotee become angry and act like fire against offenders. This is the answer, okay? He said Trinadapi, but he become angry. Why? Because it was not for oneself. Some good example you have? Don't become angry somebody offend you, but become like a fire if somebody speak wrong about Krishna or Prabhupada or some devotee, then you become angry. Some example? In ISKCON history, That is the year we have discussed. There was a Damodar bus party, Radha Damodar bus party, ISKCON Sankirtan party, and Vishnujan Maharaj was leading their party. Every day he used to take Radha, where they are stopping, they keep the Radha Damodar outside. The deities were there, but in the bus, so when the bus was on the road, they used to tie the deities. The Shilvasini Devi was worshipping deities. And Vishnujan Maharaj said, Prabhupada, I feel really pain when she tied the deities, Radha Krishna. Prabhupada was laughing. Yes, Krishna is naughty, he is Damodar. So the name of the deities become Radha Damodar party. So when he used to decorate the deities outside, do arti, then somebody came and he did something wrong towards deities, and then he become really fire. He wanted to kill him or something. Somebody stop him. He's a sannyasi, he should be tolerant, but when it came to the, offense to the deities, he becomes so furious. So, when there's a need, the anger is used. But personally, somebody insult, don't become angry. This is the example often I quote. The two soldiers of the two countries were fighting. Natural. One soldier was so powerful, he got the enemy down and he was about to have a dagger in his chest. At that time, the soldier who was about to die, he spit in his face. Pooh. Then he stopped killing. He did not use the dagger, he stood up. And that person is told, he said, why you did not kill me? He said, at this time, if I have killed you, it is because I was angry on you because you spit on me. So then I would have been implemented in anger. But now, again I will fight with you for my country, but for myself I cannot kill you. So for oneself, tolerate. But for Krishna or his devotees, for some good cause, anger is necessary. Anger cannot be given up, but properly utilized. It's okay? Next is controlling the tongue and belly. Yes?
When we go out for preaching and we encounter an atheist and he happens to dispute the Lord, should we really get angry or we should just avoid this?
Depending upon the circumstances. Sometimes we should simply don't talk and just leave it there. This is also, you will read in Nectar of Devotion, that if somebody is blaspheming devotees, there are three things to do. Either go away from there, or kill yourself, or defeat him by argument. Neither you can defeat nor you can kill yourself, you go away from there. So three options are there. If you are able to defeat them, then welcome. Do arguments. But it should not be, depending upon the circumstances. Where to speak, where not to speak depends. It's not a flat rule. If personally they are saying something about preacher, they should tolerate. If they are saying about Krishna, then they should either justify that you are right and they are wrong, or else if they are really some gundas, then better to stop them and fight. If you can do like that, then you can fight. Yeah.
What in the case if our relatives are doing this?
If relatives are offending Krishna devotees, then give them prasad. Because you can help them, you cannot kill them. You help them by giving prasad. Say by eating prasad you will be purified. You just laugh and give prasad. Says you eat prasad, you will be purified. No? It's better to do like that because fighting will not help. Hare Krishna. There's something wrong somewhere. So urgent of the tongue and belly. This is a jibha udar. Jibha is tongue and udar is belly. Controlling of the tongue and belly, only taking Krishna Prasad. Only taking Krishna Prasad. Now, give microphone on this side. Did you read? Okay, what is your name?
Bina. Bina.
Bina. What is your name?
Sudevi.
Sudevi. Okay. Bina, yes.
As for the urges of the tongue, we all experience that the tongue wants to eat palatable dishes. Generally, we should not allow the tongue to eat according to its choice, but should control the tongue by supplying prasada. The devotee's attitude is that he will eat only Krishna gives him prasad, only when Krishna gave him prasad. That is the way to control the urge of the tongue. One should take prasad at scheduled times and should not eat in restaurants or sweetmeats shop, simply to satisfy the whims of the tongue or belly.
But if you are hungry and you have to live and there is no alternative, then you can take prasad there, not for enjoying.
That is how the offering or how this prasad,
I remember we were in Pakistan, invited by some rich, healthy Hindu at his home for prasad. Giriraj Swami Maharaj was there, and Prabhupada's other disciple, Mogildas was there. So then prasad came, then we said Sarira Vidya Jal, and then Hare Krishna, and then we started eating. When we came back, then the other devotee, Prabhupada disciple, he asked Maharaj, but the prasad was not offered. Maharaj said, we offered the prasad. We chanted all the prayers, who offered the prasad. We chanted the prayers, it means we offered the prasad. But the early devotees were so simple. When they were doing book distribution, they were buying from the, some supermarket, some bread, some salad, something. And they were too hungry most of the time because they were driving. So they sent some new devotee to buy prasad. So they brought it prasad. They gave everybody. And Maharaj said, have you offered? So yes, I have not seen. Say, Maharaj, I offered the whole store. I bowed down before the store. I said, see, everything belongs to Krishna. So early devotees are very simple. So, I mean, 1 week before we were in Vietnam, a communist country. There's no ISKCON center there. I found one name, but he was not picking. So we were over 1 week there. So we have to eat to survive. So most of the time fruits, which are easily available, but there are purely vegetarian restaurants. Mostly in some cities, there were pure veg restaurants. There's no alternative. So, because we have to live, then you can eat, not for tasting, going to so-and-so restaurant. So also in that there was a choice. There are 2 restaurants. One is simple like this and one has more variety. So those who went to the simple, they were simply wanted to fill the belly. They went to some other, they have still tasting. So you can see the difference. Sometimes when don't go down to the restaurant, ask them to bring some fruit, and the uncut fruit is better, or some seeds or something like that. So 7 days we use it, so what can we do? Prabhupada used to go to the houses of the pious people when he was preaching in Western world. And they were not devotees. They were pious people. So devotees used to go there and help them to cook and also offer prasad, teach them. And they were not devotees. But Prabhupada used to do that for preaching purpose. But generally the new devotees should be strict in not breaking the rules. But when you are a preacher, you are in certain circumstances, then for survival you can take some, permittable things which is permissible to eat. Nothing can be done in that case. Now all over the world there are devotees. Last time we went to the Singapore and other places. Then devotees used to bring prasad for us because they were devotees. We called them. They were bringing prasad, so no need to go outside. Or else we take some devotee with us and cook our own prasad. So depending upon the possibilities. So for taste we should not do that. But for survival, Prabhupada was asked once, I'm going to preach in a Eskimos living in the ice. There's nothing except meat. Prabhupada is their bad karma. They are born there. But anyway, if you have to preach to them and there's nothing else, then okay. The whole point is, if there's a higher purpose, then you can sacrifice something. But not normally. But nobody went there. So they have a bad karma. What can we do? They are born there. It's not my fault. But if you want to go and preach to such type of people, then you have to take risk. You have to take risk. But it should be calculated risk, that you should not really fall down. It should be calculated risk. Prabhupada has to, feed the hippies and they're leaving dirty plates. Prabhupada has to wash. This is not, a guru or Vaishnava's business. But you have to take risk. So belly and tongue can be controlled by only Krishna Prasad, not for taste eating in the restaurant and some other things. Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj used to say, I opened so many Govindas, but I never ate in any Govinda. He used to say, I opened many Govindas, but I never ate in any Govinda. So Govindas are our own restaurant, but still the cooking people are not exactly devotees, So Maharaj never ate. He said, I never ate it. So they were very strict. Only his devotees used to cook for him. So it's depend, huh?
Difficult to find anywhere. Devotee only cooking for
What is devotee?
devotee only cooking for the prasad is very difficult to find in our places. You have to all this higher people.
Yeah, therefore somehow, and in the beginning, in the early days, Prabhupada said, some milk sweet and fruits can be eaten from outside. Then he said some good Brahman, if you have a cook who is really Brahman, following Brahmanical culture, like many Marwadis, they have good Brahmans cook in their house. There are deities and they offer them prasad. And Prabhupada approved that type of prasad. Prabhupada sent Jamuna Devi to learn cooking prasad from those Brahmanas. But anyway, India, there is some hope you will get something, but there are some countries you don't get anything. It's very difficult. Now at least something is available. Okay, 1 o'clock, I think eating time. Huh?
If we stick
Where are we?
the end of the paragraph.
Okay.
If we stick to the principle of taking only prasada, the urges of the belly and the tongue can be controlled.
I think we should read one more paragraph, then tomorrow we will start Anuvarti Tika, okay? Yeah, finish this first.
In a similar manner, the urges of the genitals, the sex impulses, can be controlled when not used unnecessarily. The genitals should be used to beget a Krishna-conscious child, otherwise they should not be used. The Krishna consciousness movement encourages marriage not for the satisfaction of the genitals but for the begetting of Krishna conscious children. As soon as the children are a little grown up, they are sent to our Gurukula school in Dallas, Texas, where they are trained to become fully Krishna conscious devotee. Many such Krishna conscious children are required, and one who is capable of bringing forth Krishna conscious offspring is allowed to utilize his genitals.
Last line.
When one is fully practiced in the method of Krishna conscious control, he can become qualified to be a bona fide spiritual master.
This is important line to always remember. So, control of the genitals is begetting Krishna conscious children. So Prabhupada's purport is over. Tomorrow we will discuss purport by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, Anuvarti Tika. Then we have also, I think, Piyush Varshani. Is okay? Yes, what is your question?
Probably if tongue and belly would be controlled by honoring sadhana. So we see that devotees when they advance up in they reduce their diet, they do not eat, they restrict their diet. Why is it? Why is that so?
Why?
Why is that so?
They
restrict their diet, they eat very less, and they might not eat certain things.
There are two reasons. One is the health reason. As they grow older, there is a limitation for eating. And second is simple eating is better for the health. In the early days, when the devotees were very new, everybody said, Prabhupada, I want to take sannyas. Prabhupada asked, why? He said, I get a plate of Mahaprasad. Because everywhere the sannyasis used to get a plate of Mahaprasad. So this should not be the mood. But actually those sannyasis, actually speaking, they ate too much Mahaprasad. Now they are all fasting. Now mostly they are eating dry chapatis or some soup, and that's all. Because and I would say they are sick. What can we do? The old age, you have to restrict everything. Hare Krishna, thank you. Tomorrow, Anuvarti Tika. So up till now you come with the nicely read it. Tomorrow you have to pass in the multiple choice question. Hare Krishna.